If you see yourself as mid, your beats will be mid. If you see yourself as a fucking beast, your beats will reflect that. Most producers focus on technique, but the real game is how you see yourself. So the truth is this: when you make beats, making beats is not just about the technical aspect of making beats, but a huge part of it is you and how you are. Like, how you view yourself, your level of confidence, your energy levels, all these things play into the beats. Pretty much everything that happens outside of the beats play into the beats. Like, say you get in a car accident and it is really bummer and you're in a really bummer mood. That's going to be reflected in the beats. So, essentially taking from that, you want the rest of your life to be as good as possible because it'll make your beats better. But let's talk about the self-image aspect of it. The way you see yourself will reflect in your beats. Imagine if you are a super shy, no confidence type bro. How do you think your beats are going to come out? Your shyness is going to be reflected in the beats. Your lack of confidence is going to be reflected in the beats. And this all ties back to your decision making. And your decision making is influenced by your self-image. So, let's say I'm thinking, should I sample this record or should I sample this record? Whatever your self-image is will play a big role in what that is. Maybe there's one that's like the safe option, and then there's one that could be exceptionally better, but maybe not. It's more of a risk. Whatever your self-image is, if you're like a classic play it safe kind of guy, then boom, you're going to play it safe. Or if you're someone who likes to take risks and go for gold, then boom, you're going to choose the other one. So that is just one example of how your self-image plays a role, but it plays out into every decision you make in a beat. And beat making is essentially a string of decisions over and over and over and over again. Like every single second that you're making a beat, pretty much every second, you're making a choice. Like, beat making is just choices and choices and choices. Like, the reason why all people's beats are different, like, we all make different choices, and that is reflected in, like, imagine if you give 100 producers the exact same samples, the exact same machine, the exact same everything. Not one of those beats is going to be exactly the same because we are all unique and we all make our own decisions. And there are many different choices in the aspect of beat making that there's just no possible way that someone is going to make the exact same choices every single time as someone else, because there are just so many different choices being made. Like starting with drums or starting with a sample. Boom, it's already divided. And then so on and so on. So let's think about one beat maker who is not very confident in themselves. How do you think their beat's going to come out? Even with the same samples, the same everything, their beat's probably not going to come out great because they don't really believe that they can make a serious banger. But then let's take someone else who is coming in like, let's fucking go, I'm going to make the most insane beat ever. How do you think their beat is going to turn out? It's likely going to be much better than this other person who does not believe in themselves. So, your self-image, kind of how you view yourself, who you think you are, is a big part of it. So, like, do you view yourself as a fire beat maker, or do you view yourself as a shit beat maker who is not very good? A lot of people probably don't view themselves as very great beat makers because maybe they don't put in enough time, or maybe they just lack confidence, or whatever reason it is. A lot of people don't have the greatest self-image, and that plays out into the beats massively. So for those people, I would say you gotta work on your self-image and change it. And how do you do this? Well, it starts before you make the beat, because your self-image is the foundation of which the beat comes from. So, before you make a beat, you can sit back and just visualize what you're going to do when you make the beat. And you can visualize yourself in a super fire way, like envisioning yourself as the GOAT, like envisioning yourself like you're fucking Premiere or some shit, and you're like imagining yourself flipping the most fire sample, adding the most banger drums, and walking away with the most fire beat ever. So even though it sounds wishy-washy, just visualize, it actually works. And it actually works. So just take literally 60 seconds before you make a beat and remind yourself who you are, who you want to be, and let that reflect in your beat making experience and let that guide your choices. You got to keep it in mind, or else your choices are going to revert back to your old self-image. So you got to maintain the awareness of what you are going for. So that means if you're trying to, maybe you want to be like the nastiest 1993 style beat maker, street boom bap, then before you make a beat, you're going to want to get into this self-image mindset of fucking street life, fuck you, insane bangers, disgusting gutter beats, and you're going to want to keep that energy going as you create. So you're going to be like, fuck this, and let that energy flow out through the creation process. So that's just an example. You can do it any way you want, which is the freedom of it. You can do whichever thing that you want to do. Like maybe you want to go a beautiful, elegant route, like you want to make the most beautiful, elegant hip-hop song of all time. Then think of yourself as this beautiful, elegant being and let that reflect in your beat making. Like carry out all your actions like you're this beautiful, elegant person. Like even pull out the record out of the sleeve elegantly and do it all elegantly. And then when you're making choices with your beat making, that is going to, your image of elegance is going to reflect in your choices. And even if you don't realize it, just the fact that you have that self-image in your head is going to be influencing your decisions. So get into the mindset that you want to be in. Get into the self-image that you want to have of yourself. Just take a second, think about it, and then literally 60 seconds just before you make a beat, and remember what it is. You can even write it down, set a piece of paper right next to your beat machine, so that if you forget or if you sway from it, then you can, boom, snap back right into it. And remember, I'm a fucking great beat maker, and I'm making a great beat right now. So that is how your self-image plays into everything. That's what's up. A few more examples. If you don't think that you are dope, you're going to keep second-guessing everything, you'll probably come out with a whack beat. Your sample selection, your drums, literally all your choices get filtered through your self-image. Like imagine you find the most fire sample ever and you're chopping it up and you're trying to figure it out, but your self-image of yourself, you take a lot of time to make decisions and you're not very confident in your decisions. So how that is going to play out is you're probably going to overthink these chops and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you're going to be overthinking it too long, and then you're going to be like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't even know what sounds good anymore because I've been listening to it for 30 minutes straight trying to figure out the right chops, and it's not working, and I don't know, and I'm a shit beat maker, and boo-hoo. Yeah, so, or instead, you can say, I'm a fucking confident beast beat maker banger, fuck you, let's go. Boom. Damn, that shit's fire. Lay it down. Move on. 2 seconds, you're done. And that's the power of what your self-image can do. So a question you can ask before you start making beats is, what would I make if I was the GOAT? If I was actually the GOAT, what would I create right now? And you can sit back, visualize that shit, and visualize it vividly, and frickin' just keep visualizing it. And then frickin' walk up to your beat machine as if you're living this visualization and express that shit out through your creation process. Like an example from myself is a lot of times will set out to make the greatest beat of all time, which is slightly, well, it's pretty unrealistic because my skill's not there yet, but I'm still setting out to create the greatest beat of all time as if I'm the greatest beat maker in the world. Like, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm the fucking GOAT, and I'm about to make the most fire sample of all time. This is going to be the most timeless shit ever. That's going to be better than any track on Illmatic or 36 Chambers. Like, I'm going to be better than that shit. And boom, because I'm the fucking GOAT. So, like, imagine the beat that's going to come out when that's my mindset. Like, how much confidence is going to be exuded into my creation process. And the beat, the outcome of the beat is going to reflect that. And it's going to be a fucking banger, pretty much regardless of the technical aspect of things. Like, unless I start with shit samples, the outcome is going to be a fucking banger, just because my mindset is fucking banger. So, that's what's up. Remember, you're a fucking GOAT beat maker. Or even if you're striving to. Or just imagine this. If you actually are striving for this insane level, imagine if you actually reach it. Then that means that right now you are still that insane beat maker. You just haven't reached your level yet. So you technically already are the insane beat maker that you want to become. So that's what's up. Fuck you. And if you really want to make some big moves on your fucking self-image, beat-making, whole aspect side of things, then check out my community, because I have a billion fucking videos just like this one on every single aspect of beat-making. Like, fucking everything that comes before the process, everything that goes into the actual process, the technical side of things, all of it. There's literally like 80 plus hours, probably more. So fucking join the community link in the description, and that's what's up, and fuck you. Or get my drum kits, because only authentic banger beat makers use those. So if you want to solidify your identity as an authentic top tier beat maker, get one of those drum kits and feel the fire. So that's what's up. Also comment a video that you want to see, because that would be cool. Alright, peace.